वेलकम टू प्रिंस शॉर्ट एंड हाउस स्टूडेंट्स। 100 वर्ड्स एवरी मिनट आपको डिक्टेशन ट्रायल पैसेज के रूप में मैं दे रहा हूँ, जिससे आपको अपने आप में पता लगेगा कि आपकी 100 की स्पीड में कितनी मिस्टेक्स निकलती हैं। और आफ्टर ट्रांसक्रिप्शन आपको चेक ध्यान से करनी है, एक एक मिस्टेक्स निकालनी है विद कॉमा, फुल स्टॉप एंड कैपिटल। हम स्टार्ट करते हैं 100 वर्ड्स ए मिनट। रेडी, स्टार्ट। आई एम हैप्पी टू बी हेयर दिस इवनिंग टू इनॉग्रेट द 4th वर्ल्ड बुक फेयर। These fairs, held once in every 2 years, have now become significant events in the world of books. I am glad to know that the successive fairs have been steadily increasing in size and scope, and that this fair is thrice as large as the first one held 8 years ago. Besides a large number of India publishers, many foreign participants from both developing and developed countries and also from important UN agencies are present here today. I extend a cordial welcome to all of them. I also facilitate the National Book Trust on its dedicated efforts to foster book mindedness among our people. Book promotion and the creation of book mindedness have an immediate relevance to our country. As the world's largest democracy, pledged to uphold the democratic way of life, India cannot afford to view with complacency the ignorance and illiteracy that stalk the land. As Mahatma Gandhi said, mass illiteracy is India's sin and shame and must be liquidated. But literacy must not end with the knowledge of the alphabet. It must go hand in hand with the spread of useful knowledge. An enlightened electorate is the basis of a sound democracy. A democratic social order will function only if the citizen is vigilant and takes an active interest in the affairs of the nation. We in India are attempting today to transform a traditional and stagnant society into a modern and dynamic one and build a new social order free from exploitation of any kind. And all these are to be accomplished by peaceful and constitutional means. This indeed is a tremendous job requiring the willing cooperation and hard and sustained work of our teeming millions. It will not be possible for us to release the unbounded agencies of our people for national reconstruction unless we educate and motivate the people on right lines. The role of the printed world in bringing enlightenment cannot be overemphasized. I believe that our first and foremost duty today is the eradication of literacy. There is no doubt that literacy opens the door to richer life for the individual as a citizen and as a producer. I am very glad to know that the accent of this world fair is on publishing in developing countries. That is why they are here now. This development and growth of a book culture in our country as well as in many other developing countries is no doubt facing many challenges. As Sri Das pointed out, scarcity of paper, escalating cost of production and sharp drop in the purchasing power of individuals and institutions are all posing a serious threat to book trade and industry. There is no doubt books are expensive, but if the price is to be brought down, there has to be mass production. In turn, the number of copies of books could be increased only if they sell more. But they do not, because they are beyond the means of an average reader. Some enterprising publishers cut the Gordian knot by bringing out sensational books and books devoted to cheap sex, violence, and crime. I would like to appeal to those publishers not to debase public taste in this manner. They do not irreparable harm to the cause of good reading and thus to responsible and mature citizenship. I hope all concerned with the vital industry will ponder over the problems and try to find acceptable solution. Organizations like the National Book Trust have an onerous responsibility in this regard in making available to the people better and cheaper books. I would like on this occasion to offer my congratulations to the National Book Trust on the good job they have done in the matter of publication of books in Indian languages. Of the 2000 titles published by the trust so far, over 1600 are in Indian languages. The trust has indeed played its catalytic role well. We have every reason to be proud of the strides made by the publishing industry in Indian languages in recent years. Indian languages pavilion and the fair is visible proof of this remarkable progress. I am glad a lot of silent and steady work is going on towards the development of our languages. This is as it should be. Our languages have a rich heritage and they are capable of infinite development. Only hard and sustained work is necessary to make them fit instruments for conveying modern scientific and legal thought. I have no doubt that our languages have a very bright future. We are told aiming not only at improving the standard of living of our people but also improving the quality of their life. Good reading and cultivation of arts is indeed the hallmark of good life. In the bygone days, our epic stories and teaching spread by word of mouth sustained the spirit of our people. They may not have been literate, but certainly they imbibed the rich culture enshrined in these stories for a long time. Stop.